Long ago, in the time when the earth was still young and the ancestors walked among us, there was a small village nestled deep within the rolling hills of Madziva in Mutoko. This village was a place of peace where the people lived in harmony with the land and the spirits of the forest. But as with all tales that have withstood the test of time, darkness eventually came to this village, and its name was Tokoloshi. The origins of Tokoloshi can be traced back to a betrayal as ancient as the land itself. In those days, there was a mighty hunter named Shamba. Shamba was renowned for his strength and skill, but above all, he was known for his love for a woman named Terarai. She was beautiful, kind, and beloved by all, but she was destined for another, one who desired her not out of love, but out of greed and power. There was a king, cruel and ruthless, who ruled over the lands with an iron fist. This king, despite having many wives, coveted Terarai for himself. He envied Shamba, for he had what the king could never truly possess, true love. Driven by jealousy, the king tricked Shamba, and when his back was turned, he took Terarai for himself. Heartbroken, Shamba returned to find that Terarai was gone, and with her, his unborn child. The king, fearing the wrath of the gods for his treachery, killed Terarai and her child, burying them in an unmarked grave deep within the Marimba forest. He believed this would end the matter, but he underestimated the power of a heart filled with vengeance. Shamba, devastated by his loss, wandered the forests until he stumbled upon Rhoda, the spirit of the Marimba forest. Rhoda, seeing his pain, offered to help him seek revenge. Desperate, Shamba agreed, not knowing the full cost of his decision. Rhoda promised him a child, one born of the earth and the spirit world, a child who would avenge the wrongs done to Shamba. This child was to become the Tokoloshi, a being born of pure anger and hatred, tasked with bringing justice to those who had wronged the innocent. When the Tokoloshi was born, Rhoda buried him under a sacred tree in the heart of the Marimba forest, binding his spirit so that his wrath would not consume the world. The Tokoloshi's purpose was clear: he would only rise if the sacred tree was ever disturbed. For centuries, the tree stood untouched, and the village of Madziva flourished. But as with all things, time brings change. In the years that followed, the memory of the sacred tree and the Tokoloshi faded into legend, a story told by the elders to frighten children into obedience. No one believed the tale until one fateful day when Tendai, a bitter man filled with envy and hatred, entered the forest. Tendai was Moyo's brother, a man consumed by jealousy. Moyo, beloved by the people, had everything Tendai desired: respect, love, and a beautiful wife named Toziviai. Tendai had long harbored feelings for Toziviai, but she never returned his affections, choosing Moyo instead. This rejection, coupled with the favoritism shown to Moyo by their parents, festered in Tendai's heart like a poison. Driven by his bitterness, Tendai wandered into the forest, blinded by his rage. In his anger, he chopped down the sacred tree, not knowing that this single act would unleash a force that had been dormant for generations. The ground trembled as the Tokoloshi awoke, its red eyes glowing with a vengeance that had been waiting for centuries to be unleashed. The Tokoloshi, small and dark with a long beard and motionless red eyes, brought terror to the village of Madziva. Tendai, realizing the horror he had unleashed, was consumed by guilt and fear. But rather than seek forgiveness, he made a dark pact with the Tokoloshi, offering his brother Moyo and his family as a sacrifice to atone for his error. And so, the Tokoloshi set its sights on Moyo. On a moonless night, Moyo was visited by the creature. In his final moments, Moyo saw the Tokoloshi's terrifying form, a goblin-like being, small and dark, with a long, wiry beard and eyes that burned with an unnatural red light. Moyo's screams echoed through the night as the Tokoloshi claimed his life, leaving the village in mourning. But the Tokoloshi's wrath did not end with Moyo. The curse it carried would haunt the village for years to come, bringing misfortune and despair to all who lived there. And at the center of this darkness was Toringepi, the young son of Moyo and Toziviai, who was destined to face the legacy of the Tokoloshi. Even now, the elders of Madziva speak in hushed tones of the Tokoloshi, warning that the creature's spirit can never truly be destroyed. For as long as there is hatred, envy, and betrayal in the hearts of men, the Tokoloshi will remain, waiting in the shadows for the day it will rise again.